Here are 5 different sounds to use over the dominant chord when improvising. My name is Nick McLean, and this is the NM Music Channel. Thanks for tuning in, and if you guys are liking what we're doing here, talking about jazz music or anything related to the modern musician, yeah, hit that like and subscribe button down there. That really helps grow this channel and spread this information to anyone and everyone. By the end of this lesson, I hope that you can be able to use some of these sounds in your improvisation, or at least understand what they look like or sound like or how to make them, and then start to shed them into your practice routine so you can start improvising with them. I think that'd be really cool. All right, let's get started, like I said, with some of this stuff. You guys know we always need to make a plan of attack. So let's go ahead and start that up down here on the computer, and yeah, you know how it goes. If you watch any of my other videos, I think the plan of attack is a great way to get started. We got the plan of attack down here. This is 5 different sounds to use over the 5 chord, right? Number 1, the first sound you can use is the Mixolydian sound. But we're gonna spruce it up. Let's actually change it into the dominant bebop sound. Right? Now the dominant bebop sound is a Mixolydian scale with an added extra note. Just one extra note, it's not too bad, right? So let's go ahead and write that out. So I have a blank score down below, and we're gonna write out a 2-5-1 in the key of B flat major. If you guys have not watched my 2-5-1 video, or any other 2-5-1 video for that fact, go and watch a 2-5-1 video. I want you guys to understand what that is before we really get started here. But yeah, we're gonna improvise over that 5 chord as part of the 2-5-1, right? So the 2 chord in B flat major is C minor 7. So go ahead and let's type that in, C minor 7, and yeah, F7 and B flat major 7, right? That's your 2-5-1. We're actually gonna do it for four measures, B flat major 7, right? And just for the sake of this lesson, it's gonna just keep repeating, right? Over the 2 chord, let's spell these out just in case you missed that 2-5-1 video. So we have C minor 7, which is C, and we'll drop that by an octave, and let's turn that into a whole note. C, down that by the octave, C, E flat, E flat, G, and B flat. There we go. And we have the F7 chord, which is the 5 chord, right? That's the one we're really paying attention to today. F, A, C, E flat. There it is. B flat major 7, pretty self-explanatory. The 1, 3, 5, and 7 of the B flat major scale. So B flat, B flat, there it is. D, F, and A natural. There we go. We can just copy and paste that in there. I think we got, nope, there we go. So we have the 2-5-1. Yeah. Now I'm obviously not going to use those MIDI generated sounds to improvise over, but I just wanted to make sure you guys understood what the 2-5-1 is and what we are playing over. So there's the chords of the 2-5-1. This is the chord that we're really looking at today, the sounds that you can put over this chord. So we have our dominant bebop scale. In order to understand what we're playing where, I'm going to go ahead and write out the chords again down below. So we have C minor 7, F7, and B flat major 7, and B flat major 7, right? So those 4 chords are going to be repeated over and over again. That's just our basic 2-5-1. And today we're using that dominant bebop scale sound, that dominant bebop scale sound. Let's write out that scale right over this 5 chord. What's nice about using the dominant bebop scale versus the Mixolydian scale is it puts all the chord tones right on the beat. All right, so we'll start by writing out this Mixolydian scale, and then we'll add in the extra bebop note that lines all the chord tones up. That way you can see where they line up. So if we just did the regular Mixolydian scale, we'll go F, then E flat, D, C, B flat, A, G, and then F, right? But as you notice, then we don't have the next chord tone would be E flat if we kept descending the scale, or if we went back up, the next closest chord, not chord tone, the next closest scale tone is going to be G or E flat, which is not part of the B flat major 7 chord, as you can see there above. So check it out. If we added one extra note, and we'll add that extra note in right here between the F and the E flat, if you see right on the computer right there, if we add that extra note in there, that F which is part of the B flat major 7 chord, gets pushed over by one extra eighth note, lining up the chord tones and letting the chord tones lead you to B flat major. Let's do it again and add that extra natural 7th into the scale, natural 7 compared to F Mixolydian, into the scale, and we'll go ahead and see how the chord tones make this scale line up. F, E, E flat, D, C, B flat, A, G, and then look at that. F lines up perfectly right there, right on B flat major 7. So let's throw a 2-5-1 up, 2-5-1 backing track up, and improvise with it. See how that sounds. We'll rest for one measure for the 2 chord. Rest a little bit. Yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We can go ahead and see how that's a very nice sound, and it leads you right back to that B flat major, right back to the 1 chord. All right, let's check out what else we got. Back to the plan of attack. Another great sound that you can use over the 5 chord, surprisingly, is the minor blues sound. Right now, you would use the minor blues associated with your home key. So we're going to use the B flat minor blues scale, right? Let's go back and write that in. All right, so I wrote in the B flat minor blues scale. Because the B flat minor blues scale has a couple less notes than a regular major scale or regular Mixolydian or altered scale or any scale that we're really messing with, we want to kind of mess with the rhythm a little bit to line up the phrasing a little bit so it sounds nice. So here's an easy way to do that. We walk straight down the B flat minor blues scale, and we skip the root right here and just go right to the 7th so that we can lead back into the root. Let me play that for you. Let's hear how that sounds with the backing track. Rest. Again. Rest. So before I really tell you about this 3rd sound or the 4th sound or the 5th sound, I really want you to check out my website, and if you guys are interested in this stuff, make sure you sign up for a free lesson. All my first lessons are free, and you can go ahead and check out, I do regular online lessons as well. If you guys are interested in subscription where you don't have to worry about the payment, just show up once a week, take a lesson, right? Bring whatever you want. Or if you guys are in Dallas or in town, go ahead, hit me up. I do in-home lessons as well, or in-studio lessons. Lastly, the last thing you can sign up for is the unlimited online lesson program that I offer on my website. It's a little cheaper, a little bit more budget, and what you do is you click the link in the description to submit a video of yourself playing, and I give you a personalized feedback with another video. Pretty simple, but it's a little bit more of a fun way to, less pressure, you can take your time to record what you want and submit what you want. Let's get back to it. The 3rd sound you can put over the 5 chord. All right, the 3rd sound I like to introduce over this 5 chord is the diminished sound. Right? Diminished, if you haven't watched my video on the diminished sound over the 5, go ahead and check that out. It's one of my live lessons. Prepare, get your horn and play along with it. We do a lot of play along with my live lessons. So diminished, it's already built in there, and if you want to know how that works, go ahead and hit that on the live lesson. But check it out. It's pretty easy and it sounds great. All right, so I wrote the diminished chord below, or above, I guess is where you're at, right? So I wrote the diminished chord there. We start in the 3rd of the 5 chord, and we continue up to the 5th of the 5 chord, the F7, the 7th of the 5 chord, the E flat, and then we have the 9th of the 5 chord, but this is a flat 9th to make this a fully diminished sound. Like I said, if you guys have any questions about that, make sure you go and check out that diminished video. It'll explain a little bit more about that. But check it out. We can use that over the 5 chord because it's kind of built in there. It's already there. We might as well use it. So check out how that sounds. And here's how it sounds with the backing track, with the 5 chord, so you can hear it along. I'm going to rest on that 2 chord again. diminished chord was so fun, but there is yet another sound you can add. Augmented. All right, to build this one, we start on the root of the scale, F in the red octave, A, C sharp, right? This is an augmented triad and it sounds really cool over the 5 chord. Let's turn that into a whole note so you can see it better. There it is. So we're going to use this augmented triad now over the F7. Let's hear how it sounds. Remember, I'm going to rest on that 2 chord. Simple. Now let's see what happens. If you go and listen to Lee Morgan play Moanin', that live version that's on YouTube everywhere, the one that everyone watches, you can hear him do that. He plays the concert C augmented triad over that C7 or C7 flat 9 kind of chord in that song. The last sound that we're going to introduce today, the 5th sound for the 5 chord, is none other than the altered dominant sound, right? But you know, that's like a whole video in itself. So if you really think about what the altered dominant sound is, it's the 7th mode of the melodic minor scale. A really easy way to put that in there is to play the minor triad that's associated with this scale. So let's explore that. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've wrote out the altered dominant scale that can be used over this F7 chord right here. And all the altered dominant scale is it's a melodic minor scale that's played from the 7th note of that scale. So it's a mode of the melodic minor. So it's basically the melodic minor scale, F sharp melodic minor, but starting on the 7th note of that scale, which is technically E sharp, but in our key it's F, right? We can really label that E sharp if we want. Let's do that. E sharp. And what we really see here is we can use this scale to improvise over the 5 chord. Now this is a really cool sound, and an easy way to do that, instead of playing the F sharp melodic minor scale straight verbatim, is to arpeggiate the minor triad that is associated with that F sharp melodic minor sound on top of this F7. What's really cool is you get this half step away from the F, right? Resolving to the 5th of the 1 chord. And you also get this A right here, which is a common tone between the F sharp melodic minor triad and the F7 sound, right? The other 2 notes, you get the sharp 5 and the sharp 1, or I guess the flat 9 really is what you're looking at there. But check it out. Let's hear how it sounds. It's a really easy thing to do. All I think about, just some musical math kind of hack, right? Take the 5th, or take the root of the scale, so the 5th of B flat major, or the root of your 5 chord, go up a half step and play a descending minor triad right over that, and that outlines that sound of melodic minor being imposed over this 1 chord, or 1 chord, over the 5 chord. Let's hear how it sounds. All right, so that F sharp melodic minor sound is really cool, or actually it's the F altered dominant sound if you really want to go into some details about that. So yeah, those are 5 different sounds that you can use over the 5 chord, over the dominant chord, over the major minor 7th chord, over the, what other notes, what other names do you have for the 5 chord? I don't even know. Over the dominant chord, that's the one. All right, I hope this made sense to you, and if it didn't, let me know, because I'm always here. I'm always answering emails and calls and doing lessons, and let me know your questions about these 5 different sounds. If you're interested in a little bit more of those, I think over the next couple days, I'm probably going to be releasing some of these videos that really go into more detail about these sounds. So make sure you like and subscribe. Now, if you're a teacher, show some of this stuff to your students and let me know what you think. Is it clear? Is it working for them? Are they able to improvise a little bit more? And if you're a student, try it out and let me know. But most importantly, if you guys are enjoying it, like I said, the best way to help me out is liking and subscribing, and that guarantees you more videos. All right, enjoy practicing and have some fun. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow or the next day. Bye-bye.